figured I'd give a little update on the greenhouse. Let's see. This is that poblano pepper. It's doing pretty good. It's got a few little peppers on it. They're still pretty tiny, but they're growing. California Wonder. I've already picked 2 peppers off this, even though the plant's really not that big, but it's doing okay. Not as good as I would have thought. This is a jalapeno. I had a problem with the water delivery on this side, so for a little while these were all being kind of shorted on the amount of water they were getting and nutrients, but I fixed that, and since then things have really started taking off. So the habanero started to finally grow, and you can see it in the back there. There's a little habanero actually starting to grow. Another jalapeno. Another habanero that gets kind of shaded out by this big tomato, but it's actually a healthy looking little plant. And the tomatoes are just crazy. And they're almost up to the ceiling. They're huge. I've trimmed them back a lot, but they keep growing. We got little tomatoes all over the place. You can see them up on this guy here too. My little, take a step back, but my mess that I made of watermelon, which is up to the ceiling pretty much, and that San Marzano tomato is in here too, which actually has some tomatoes on it, even though it's all tangled up in here. It's actually doing pretty good. You can see there's watermelons everywhere. But I've had a lot of little watermelons, but they always kind of just whittle up and die. So we'll see if some of them take. If they do, that'd be cool. If not, it was an experiment. And the peas and beans are doing pretty well. The peas have some blossoms on them. The beans are starting to pull up. And there's herbs in there. There's some thyme right there. And there's oregano, rosemary, there's basil in the other corner. This is that cucumber that I mentioned last time wasn't doing so well. And you can see some of the leaves are still not doing well, but it keeps fruiting. And I've already picked a full-size cucumber off of here, and I've got, there's 3 or 4 more on here. And over back to this side, you can see it's growing out with the rest of my jungle I put in the middle. So it's actually doing pretty good, even though it doesn't look great, but it's producing. And this is the cauliflower. There's 4 of them in there. And I think tomorrow night I'm going to have to pick this. There's a big head of cauliflower in there. Now, I've never grown cauliflower, so I don't really know how you know when it's ready to pick, but that looks like it's getting pretty close. I don't want to try to turn to seed or anything like that on me, so we'll see. Maybe tomorrow, put it in some cheese sauce or something. This is that mystery pepper, which is doing awesome. And I have peppers starting, and it's flowering all over. So the mystery may not be a mystery that much longer. We'll find out what this thing actually is. Here is the Better Boy tomato, and it, like all the tomatoes, is going crazy, and getting some good sized tomatoes starting to form on it. You can see them down there, they're everywhere. And more of these tomatoes. And you might remember I had, in this area over here, I had 2 big squash plants. Well, those couple days ago I had to move out because they were getting too big. So I put them out here. I harvested a bunch of squash off of them, and I've been actually just watering them. You can see like some of them are actually not doing so well, but then there's other ones that are doing great. I've been only watering them with just the hose, just water, since I put them out here. And I figured I was pretty much leaving them out here to die, but because I keep growing anyways, I figured, why not? Maybe I'll throw a little bit of fertilizer on there. I had one that committed suicide, jumped out of the bucket, and that's when I pretty much decided I'd just let them all die. But, well, they're not dead, so we'll keep giving them water, see what happens. And that's it for the update.